Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. High temperatures yesterday were in the low 80s for most areas. It was a bit on the breezy side, but we're going to get rid of the winds today, and it is going to be an absolutely beautiful day today for August standards. Hopefully you can get outside and enjoy it. We're in the upper 70s to mid 80s across the area. Winds about 10 miles per hour or less. And what about that humidity? Well, it stays low. It does come up just a little bit as we head into the next couple days, but it still isn't going to be terrible. We're still talking about dew points at worst case scenario in the mid 60s at times. But once we get into Saturday, that's when the humidity is going to start to feel a little bit more uncomfortable. Not only that, but the heat is going to be extreme by Saturday. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Not much going on. Not really much in the way of any cloud cover, so no rain chances anytime soon for the next several days, other than a few clouds here and there coming through, possibly as we get towards the Thursday and Friday time period when we have a weak cold front pushing through and then some warmer temperatures returning. That's probably the only time where we might get a little bit of clouds, but even Supercast doesn't show a whole lot of clouds on Thursday. It is going to be turning hot. This week hasn't been too bad, and we're gradually going to be warming up for the rest of the week, but compared to what we'll be dealing with next week, compared to what we'll have for the rest of this week, it is going to be intense. Be ready for it. Humidity, a little bit higher, and about the same precipitation because we're going to stay dry for this week, and I don't see much in the way of precipitation next week either. So here we go. We go from 80s today for most spots, back to around 90 degrees more seasonal for Wednesday and Thursday. We start to increase our heat on Friday. A little bit of uncertainty in how hot it actually will get on that day, but very confident that we will at least be in the upper 90s beginning Saturday and into much next week, even Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the way it looks right now. So be ready for this. This is going to be intense. This is going to be the extreme heat for the month, and it may continue for the rest of the month with intense heat, mainly dry conditions, and not much in the way of clouds to limit our temperatures from getting as hot as they could. Why? Well, let's see. What can we expect with rainfall? The European might have a little bit of rain as we head towards next Thursday and Friday, towards the end of the week. But until then, not much. You can see even not much for the next 10, 12 days. Here's a look at the GFS. Nothing. Nothing through the 25th. And this is through the early morning hours of the 25th. So it's not the whole day. But you get the idea that I don't see much in the way of this weather pattern changing. The 8 to 14 day outlook is pretty much saying the same thing. Probability of drier than normal conditions and above normal temperatures. So here we go. I cannot stress this enough. Prepare. Enjoy today. Still not going to be terrible Wednesday and Thursday, and then for some areas, depending on where you are, we're going to begin the heat wave on Friday. Other areas might be able to stay a bit on the cooler side, relatively speaking, but everyone gets hot by the weekend and continues into at least the first half of next work week. Maybe a few days next week, bringing a little bit of relatively cooler temperatures, but it is still going to remain hot. So prepare for it. Remember, heat is the number one weather-related killer across the U.S., and we're going to get it as we get towards the end of the weekend and continuing into next week. So be ready for that.